Hey there, how you doing? Dave Allred, the Real Barman here. Today I'm going to show you how to make an amazing website for your bar or restaurant using Wix. If you haven't used Wix before, it's going to blow your mind. It's awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so let's jump right in. So if you don't have a website for your restaurant right now, or you have one but it's kind of crappy or janky, you just don't like it, or if someone else is in control and you just can't get in there and make changes when you want and you're just not happy, I'm telling you, Wix is the way to go. The drag and drop builder is super easy to use. You don't need coding anymore like they needed 10 years ago. You can have a website up and going in like an hour or two. They have a bunch of templates for you to choose in there and just edit. And Wix has something called Wix Restaurants, specifically designed for restaurants, and it has menus on there. You can do online ordering and get your payment set up so someone can just order online, pick up your food, really increase your revenue. So first of all, before we dive in, let's talk about why it's so important to have a website for your restaurant. I'm going to jump into PowerPoint right now. And not only a website, but an awesome website. Okay, so let me bring up PowerPoint right now. Let me get out of the way. So, just having a website's one thing, but you need to have a really great website. I'm going to tell you why right now. At least once per month, they've done studies on this, 89% of adults say they eat out at a sit-down restaurant. That's almost everybody, okay? In addition, 74% say they order takeout from a restaurant to bring home. That's 3/4 of the people. That's a lot of people going out to the restaurant. Why is a kick-ass website so important, you ask? Well, according to RestaurantEngine.com, 86% of people check menus online before they go out to a restaurant. That's a staggering statistic right there. That's almost everybody. So people are choosing to go out to a restaurant. Let's get online. Let's check out these restaurants. I want to see what their menu looks like. If you have some janky website and you don't have a menu on there, they're not coming to your place. How many people are you losing? Again, 86%. That's almost everybody looking at websites. They're going to go somewhere else. So what do people really want from a restaurant website? That's good to know before you go build one, right? First thing they want a menu. All right, we just talked about that. They want to see what you're serving for food, what you're serving for drink. That's the main reason they're going out, is to eat and drink there. They want to see what you have. All right, they want happy hour information, or if you have specials going on, or if you have karaoke night, trivia night, they want to see if you have any specials going on or happy hour. All right, number 3, they want your restaurant info. They want to know where you're located. They want to maybe email you, give you a phone call. They want the map on there. They want your all your contact info. Next, they want online ordering. This is where it can really increase your revenue, like I talked about. If you don't have online ordering, they can call it in. You can take their order. You can do all that, but it's extra steps for you. How easy is it for them just to go order, enter all their information, and just pay for it and come pick it up? That makes it a lot easier for everyone. And then online reservations is number 5. If they can get on there, if you take reservations, they have online reservations built into Wix. People just get on there, they pick their date and time, how many people are coming, and you can just check your website to see when they're coming in. Okay, with that said, now that we know how important it is, let's get into the tutorial on how you can quickly build a Wix website. And your first question might be, how much is it? And I want to remind you, at any time you can click on the link below this video. It's going to take you directly to Wix and get you started. It's going to guide you through step by step. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Wix you can actually get for free if you want. You can build an entire website. It's free. The only problems here are you're going to have Wix ads on your website. Your domains are going to have Wix in the title, and it looks a little amateur when you're doing that. I highly recommend you get a paid business plan because it's still very cheap. So let's look at that right now. So when you get on here on the paid plans, you can actually build your site first and then pay for the plan afterwards. Here's some individual plans for individuals. You're going to want to get a business and e-commerce one because you can accept online payments, which I really highly recommend. Right now it's December 2018. They have a couple 50% off specials going on, so you might want to jump on this. If not, you can get the business basic for only $20 a month and includes all this stuff. But right now they have even an upgraded one for $12.50 or a business VIP for $17.50, and you can see everything you get here. It removes all your Wix ads. You can get your own custom domain for 1 year, included all in this price, so it's basically free. You get Site Booster app, which I really like. It moves you up in the SEO. All these other values down here that you can get. And you can connect your domain, 35 gigabytes of storage, unlimited bandwidth. So you can see all the options you have when you get on here, but I highly recommend it. It's just such a cheap price to have a professional looking website. So when you click on the link below this video, it's going to take you directly to this page right here. And then Wix is just going to guide you through step by step. It's really easy. All we do is hit start now, and it will take you to a sign up page. If you haven't used Wix before, you just need to sign up, create an email and password. It's free to sign up. You can see my information auto-filled in here because I already use Wix. I use it for Bar Patrol. You can check it out at barpatrol.net. That's on Wix. We created it there. Once we log in, you can see my other websites here, but you're just going to hit create new site. And when you do that, it's going to ask you what kind of website do you want to create. Luckily, there's a restaurant and food one built specifically for us. And when you get on here, there's going to be all these templates here. There are, 5 pages on here and about 12 templates per page. So there's 50 or 60 templates you can choose from specifically for the bar and restaurant industry, which is awesome. And they have all sorts of different categories and themes. Indian restaurant, ice cream, they have coffee shops, bar, restaurant, just about anything you can think of. You can build a Wix website from scratch. It'll just be blank, and you can use a lot of the tools that I'm going to show you here. It'll take a little bit longer, but you can do it. I recommend choosing a theme that you like here, a template, and then going ahead and customizing it. So I'm not going to show them all to you, but let's just pick a couple. I'll pick one that's just all bar and cocktails, and then I'll show one more traditional restaurant with food. So let's go to this one. What you'll see when I hover over this, an edit and a view button come up. If I hit edit, you're off to the races. You're just going to start editing your website. You're ready to go. If I hit view, I get kind of a live view of what the website would be like if it was published live. And then you can go back and either choose it and start editing or go look at some other ones. So let's view this one. The website will pop up as it would look if you had published it. And again, it's a demo website, but they have a little bit of information on here, so it looks somewhat realistic. You can see that the tabs up top here, which you can keep and customize and change just the wording, or you can add more tabs. It's totally up to you. As I scroll down here, you can see it has this parallax scrolling, they call it. The background scrolls slower than the foreground, and so it kind of have a cool layering to it. So as I scroll down, you can see the information here. Your neighborhood institution, Craft Beer Tuesday. They do music on this demo site, and then you can see the parallax again in the background here. Very cool. And then contact us right here. As we go around here, the about just scrolls onto the same page. Some websites, it'll go to a completely different page. Depends on how you want it. Menu. This will all be cocktails because it's a cocktail bar. You can see this is what the menu would look like. You can put pictures in here beside each cocktail. It's totally up to you. They just threw in some quick drinks in here to show you what it would look like. And then, you can see at the bottom, they have join our email list down here. Subscribe now, so you can add that. Live shows is one of their tabs. So they have a list of all their upcoming events. So if you have something like that, or you can list all of your trivia nights, karaoke nights. If you have any promotions going on, you can put them right on the website, and they can check out when the show is. If you actually have to buy tickets, you can register for tickets. Very cool. And then, of course, their contact page. So this is a basic website for a bar and restaurant. You can see you can insert a map from Wix, so they'll know exactly where you're at, and it automatically configures where you're at. So that is just a quick look at that one. Again, you can add a lot more pages and customize anything you want, but that gives you the bones for it. So let's say we don't want that one, and let's go look at this Italian restaurant. Again, we're going to view it. You can see right up top here, if you like the site, you can just hit edit this site, and you're off to editing it. Once you start editing a site and working on it, I get a lot of people ask me, can I convert that to a new theme? Can I move it to another template and keep all my information? The answer is no. Once you customize a site, you have to keep it on that theme. If you want to choose another template or theme, you have to go there and enter all the information and all the customization again. So that's the only downside. But so make sure you pick what you want in the beginning. So if I scroll through this Italian one, you can see this one's scrolling a little bit slower. It's kind of a cool technique. They got pictures of food, their hours of operations. So again, it has to match what you like. So if this is a theme you like, you go for it. You can make reservations here. Again, on Wix, they have what's called Wix Restaurants. It's specifically designed for you to build your restaurant. So they have reservations on here and online order. There's there's their contact and their maps. Let's go up here. Reservations. Again, it scrolls down to this part of the page. Our story has their story on here. Their executive chef. You can put pictures of employees. their menu. Again, you can put pictures on here. We know how important it is to have an online menu though. And then here's order online right here. So if you get the business plan, you can do online ordering, and we'll connect Stripe, which is the payment platform. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. And you can do online ordering. And all they do is come through and find what they want. They put fried calamari. They can put special instructions right here. They just add to the order. Now it's in there. We want some shrimp. We add that to the order, and then all they do is check it here, and they go order now, and they pay for it, and now all they're doing is picking it up. So that's super convenient. I highly recommend you get online ordering for your restaurant. It's going to increase your revenue and make it a lot easier for you as well. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and pick a site and just kind of show you all the tools and everything that you can do with your customization. And I'm just going to go do the bar site over here. It's a little simpler, it's a little cleaner to show you all the editing tools. So let's go ahead, when you're ready, you just hit edit site. It's going to load it up. I think when we get on here, there's like a 1-minute Wix video that'll show you an overview of what you can do. You can watch it or not watch it. There's a lot of great Wix tutorial information that you can go through, help pages, libraries to help you if you have any questions at all. So I'm just going to click out of this. You can watch this if you want. I'm going to click out. And now here's our website ready to order. When you first get on here, this will pop up. There's coding down here. You can do coding at any time if you're an expert, but I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. And now we can go ahead and edit our site. This tells you properties within these grid lines, which I'll talk about. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so here's our home page of our website. I'll try to go through this as logically as I can. There's so much to do, so I'll try to do it in a linear fashion, but I might be all over the place just because there's so much you can do. On the left here are your pages. The pages are all these things in the tabs up top. So if you click on any of them, you can edit that specific page. Here's your menu. We'll go over that in a minute. The live shows, that's on here. You can do any of that. Let's go back to the home page and just work on that page. At any time, I can click on the tabs up here, and it's going to go manage menu. And then I can move these up and down if I want home to be like the third thing on there. You see home jumped over there. Probably don't want that, but just know you can move these in any order you want. I can even move this and make this a sub-menu from home. So I can, if I move this to the right, now it's a sub-menu. Okay, and if I click out of there and I go up top, it's going to be a sub-menu. Now when you're editing, you're not going to see any of this. What you need to do is go to preview at any time to see what your live site will look like. So if I hit preview, now it's going to look like what the live site will look like. You can see the About tab is gone. It's because I put it under a sub-menu. When I hover over Home, there's the About section to click on, and then it brings you down to About. So, we're not going to do that. Let's go back to Editor. I just want to show you what you can do. So let me click back on the tabs up here, Manage Menu, and I'm going to go ahead and move that back out. So now it's its own tab again. So here's where you manage each page. You can also add a page right here. All right, so now it has new page, and you can just name it whatever you want. You can say like promotions, done, and then you could go work and work on that page. All right, so let's go back to the home page and work on here. I'm going to click out of this, and here's where you're going to navigate everything that you want. You also have some really cool tools over here, just kind of quick tools. A lot of times you can right-click to copy-paste some things. Like if I want this, you can see these boxes when I hover over them. This is an image. If I right-click on it, there's also job options, copy, duplicate, so I can make another one that looks exactly like it. But you also have quick ones over here, copy, paste, duplicate, trash. You can arrange, maybe moving elements in front or behind each other, so you can hover over these and check all these out. You can even move this to an exact location on the page by using your positioning. All right, so back here, you'll notice these little dotted lines. It's good if you can get all of your, at least text information inside these dotted lines. That will show up on every device. If you get outside the dotted lines, it usually shows up on the computer, even an iPad, but it may not show up on the phone. And now that we're mentioning phone and iPad, one of the most important things you need to do on your site, I haven't really mentioned it yet, it's one of the top things you need to do, is optimize for mobile. 60% of people are on their mobile looking at websites, so that's more than half are going to be on their phone. So you need to make sure it looks good. This is the desktop version that we've been working on here. So up here you see these little icons here. Here's desktop, here's the iPhone. So we need to click on that to optimize. So if I come through here and I'm working on the desktop, and let's say I change this title, I edit text, and I make it bigger. Okay, so now this is like this on the desktop. Let's see what it looks like on the mobile. See if it screwed anything up. And you can see right here, your neighborhood institution. So this is messed up. Anything you do on the mobile will not change the desktop. Okay, the one thing you can't do on here is you can't change text. So if you see something misspelled as you're working on here, you can't change it. You'll need to go back to the desktop, edit the text if there's a spelling error, and then you can come back here. But you can come back here and change sizes. So if I click on this, you can see this A+ and A-. I can scale down, and I'll scale down, and now it looks a lot better. You can do different settings on here. Again, font size, I can move up or down. And this is not going to change on the desktop, but you can make it look better. And a lot of times these things will just get out of order, and you can have it clicking and dragging things around to make it look better. So you can edit the mobile section. You can click on here and drag entire sections up and down on the mobile. So you want to make sure to come through for every one of your pages and make sure it looks good. And what's going to happen also is if you continue to customize your site, you need to remember to do mobile every time. I was doing this on my site, I made it all look pretty, and then I went and made some changes on the desktop, and I forgot to go in and do it on the mobile afterwards, and it looked crappy for a while, and someone actually emailed me and said, your mobile site looks like shit, and I had to go fix it. It was very embarrassing. Okay, and when you're done, you can just go back to desktop. At any time, you can hit the publish button up here. You can do it while you're working right now. It's going to publish your website, which is just fine. It's going to ask you to choose a domain, though. Before you do it, you need to name it. So you can see mine is The Real Barman right here, .wixsite.com, and then you might name it, I don't know, Dave's Restaurant. Okay, and that might be it. So this is going to be your domain that's free. Again, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add a custom domain, which you want. You don't want your website looking like this with wixsite.com in the middle of it, but you can publish it for now just so it's up, and then you can get, and then right here you can get connect your custom domain right here, which I'll show you again in the next video. So that's the mobile part. Let's move on to the rest of the editing. All right, so we've done menus and pages. Let's look at background. All right, for your background, now the header background is separate from the rest of the website. So this one we'd have to do separately, but you'll see down here it has a black background. So I can change the color, I can add an image, or I can even do a video. So let's just see what happens when we do some of these here. If I do a color, if I choose any of these and I choose blue, it changes to blue. I don't know that we want that, but again, you can hit plus to add a color. You can go to any color you want on here, change it to green, choose one, and hit add, and it will change it to green. So you can do that at any time. You can also do a background image on your page. If you go here, you can upload an image that you have from your camera, or if you go to a stock website, here's Shutterstock images on here that you can use. You can use free from Wix. So you can go just type in like restaurant. Actually, since this is a cocktail one, let's type in cocktail and see what we get. Different cocktails come up. There's actually, that looks like the one they're using on the website, that little beer there. Let's do, it doesn't really matter. Any background's good. This one has a little splash to it, so let's do that one. Change background. All right, and there's that little splash one, and now the background's a picture. And when you scroll, and it looks kind of weird to have pictures on pictures, but I just want to show you what it can do. Again, let's go up to this top one. Let me click out of here. So if you want to change the background to this, it's a header, it's separate from the rest of the website. You just click on this section. It says change strip background. And then it's going to be the same thing, color, image. I'm going to show you how to do a video here. So if you have a video on your website, from your phone that you can upload on here, you can do any of that. I'm going to click on one here of someone cutting bread, even though there's no food on this website. Change background. And now we have someone actually cutting bread. And again, none of this is going to work until you preview it. So if I hit preview, now up top here, you can see someone's actually cutting bread. So you have a video in the background on your website. So that's pretty awesome. You could actually have someone shaking a cocktail in the background, anything like that, which really catches your eye. And then as we scroll down, you can see the picture that we added. And this looks a little discombobulated. You probably don't want to do that. The pictures on pictures don't look good. Just showing you what you can do on here. So you just want to mess with that and find what you like to make it look good. I'm actually going to change this background here back to black because this looks a little confusing here. So I'm going to choose black. Now it's back to the way it was. Okay, now we can do some other editing things. At any time, if you click on any of these elements, you can edit them. Here's all the text elements. You can see each of them as a box, so you can edit them. If I just click on this, all we're going to do is hit Edit Text, and it will highlight it so I can retype in something. Dave's Cocktail Bar. Woo-woo! Except I spelled cocktail wrong. Cockatiel. My Cockatiel Bar. Dave's Cocktail Bar. All right, and then if I highlight it over here, I can change the font size just by dragging this up and down, or I can enter a number. I can change the size of it with the headings. If I choose this heading, it's huge. Choose this one, it gets smaller. So you can choose any of that. Nope, let's get it back to the way it was, heading 5. I can change the font if I want like this font. So you can, it's just like regular Word type editing tools, bold, italicize, underline. You can change the color, you can highlight it, I can link it to another page, anything you want to do. Center, bullet numbering, so it's all kind of just word editing tools right there. So it's very familiar for you. And then you can do different effects right here. Like if I highlight C right here, it'll change the look of it. Or if I do G, you can see how it changes. It kind of has an in-depth text now. The other thing you can do is animate. So you can show different ways that it comes in. Watch when I hover it over, it kind of shows what it does. See, it's going to slide in like that, zoom in. So you can choose any of these and it gives you a little preview. Ooh, that one's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for now, but you can see all the different animations you can do. And once again, you can click on any of these, you can add pictures. So let's talk about the add button now that we talked about it. Again, I don't need to keep re-emphasizing, but all of this is, all you do is click on any of these elements and you can change it. I can change this picture really quick. I don't like that picture. I'm going to go change image. Free from Wix. And I'm just going to choose anything right now for the heck of it. And then you just hit choose image and it changes it. There it goes. At any time, you can click on any of these elements and also drag them. So once you click on it, just hold your button down. I can move these around wherever I want. You can do the same thing with sections. You can move them around. I also want to show you, I mentioned the parallax scrolling. So this is one of the sections that has a background picture and they have the parallax scrolling. But you don't have to have the parallax if you don't like it. So if I click on here, you'll go to change strip background. And you'll actually go to settings right here. And you can see right here the parallax is highlighted. You can do none, you can do reveal, zoom in, and fade in. So if I choose zoom in instead, and then I go to preview, we can see what it does instead of the parallax scrolling. Let me go back up here. You can see how it gets bigger as I go. And then as I come away, it zooms out. So there's different features you can do there to make it how you want. I just want to show you, so at any time, like if I click on this strip, you can see this is called a strip, from blue line to blue line, this picture right here. I can hold the button down and I can move it up, I can move it down. So any of these, when you talk about drag and drop builder, that's what Wix is. You can just drag elements all over the place and rearrange them, delete them, add them. If I hit delete right now, it's going to delete that entire picture because I highlighted it. I can also come up here and do undo, and then it's back in case I accidentally delete something. So that's very convenient. So this is dragging everything around, clicking on it to edit it. You can play with all that. I'm not creating a website here, by the way, that's beautiful. So I'm just showing you all the elements, so we're not going to end up with something. But I'm going to show you a Restaurant Wix website that was done on Wix that looks great to show you all the things it can do. But let's talk about this add feature over here because there's a lot of options over here. I'm not going to show you how to use each one, but let's cover them really quickly. When I click on add, you can see all the options over here. Okay, we talked about pages. There's text on here, so if I scroll up and down, I can add a heading at any time. I can add a paragraph. I can add some of these big titles here. So let's click on Fairy Tale Elegant. Oops, and it added it right here. And you can see I can't see it because it's in black. The font is black. So I'm going to drag it up here. I'm going to hit edit text. And then I can just change the color right here. And you notice when you hover over these, it tells you what it is. So color, I click on white, and now it's white. Okay. I can also, again, edit text. I can make it bigger. And you'll notice it goes top and bottom because the box isn't big enough. So now I can just come back here, click, and I can drag this little dot out, and now it will fit. So again, there's any font you want, any headings you can add. You can add a new paragraph at any time. Interactive. So a lot of these, like these will be slides. You can see the little arrows right here. If I drag this is another form of a strip, but I can click on here. I can drag, or I can double click on it. So there it is. It's already inserted in here. And again, if I click on it, when these turn blue, I can drag it up and down. Okay, and up top here, you can edit the different slides. Again, edit any of the elements on here, so you can actually have a slideshow on your website. It's kind of cool when you get to that home page if you're sliding through different cocktails or food. So let's preview this really quick and see what this part looks like. See, and this just slides on its own. I don't even have to click it. So this is just sliding through through the top of your website. Back to editor. Back to add. There's so much on here. Try to get through it all. There's buttons on here. Order now. Any type of button you want. There's boxes you can add. Just kind of shapes. Depends on how creative you are. The strips I use quite a bit. A lot of times I'll just drag a white strip in there and just add elements myself. But there's also, you can see testimonials on here. There's about us page. There's quotes on here. There's different ones built in already to help you customize. You can just drag in something that looks really nice. You can add this one, and then I can, add different things right here. Maybe you have 4 different elements you want to add. I'm just dragging stuff all over onto the website. It looks like crap now, but lists and grids. Again, this is just different formats of things that you can look at and be creative. You can put your staff right here, pictures of your staff, and talk about them a little bit. You can just drag these in and plug them in. Videos, you can add a video on here, whether it's from your phone. You can add a YouTube video. Maybe if someone cooking something or building a cocktail, you can add music. All your social icons. Again, your contact page, in case they need to contact you. My events. You can add maps. Menu, and when they're talking about menu, they're talking about the heading menu up here. So you can add, you can change the look of it to any of these styles. Light boxes, which are basically, getting email lists. Welcome to our website. Sign up for our email list. User inputs like name, email address. You can build your own database. We won't talk about that. And then you can add a blog, which I really like. You can talk about your cocktails you make. You can talk about your employees. I like having a blog on my website for a restaurant. It's good for SEO. If people are searching for restaurants in your city, you can really move up your website just by using a blog and posting awesome articles on there. And then they have an online store here, which you probably won't use, but the website I'm going to show you in a minute actually does sell gift certificates online, so you can use your store for that. So again, it's all on here. If you go to the More page, you can do downloads on here. Don't know why you would need that, but I actually use downloads on my Bar Patrol page. So that's just a ton of elements over here you can use, and a lot of them pre-built, like I said, like these right here. I accidentally added this twice, and then you can get inside and edit each of these elements if you want. In addition, when you go to add apps, this is the Wix app market, and like Wix restaurant and menu is actually an app that you can add. A lot of these are free, but they'll have the branding on there. For instance, this website here has a Let's Chat button, so you probably won't have a live chat person, but they can actually leave a message right there. And this one is free, but they'll leave their branding on there, whatever company made it. Or you can pay for it. It's like $10 a month, and you can remove the branding and get some other things. If we look at a preview of it, and we go down to this chat, and I click on it, you can see the box pops up here, and you can leave a message right here. You can type your message, and it will send them to you, and you can answer them back later. Kind of like the contact one, but I actually have a live chat on my Bar Patrol. I have a guy who sits on there and answers questions for me, so I love the chat option. But when you get on the Wix app market, there's tons of fun stuff on there for you to look at. There's dozens and dozens of different little fun tools that you can add to your website to make it even better. But I would start really simple. Like I said before, start simple, put your website, get it up on your domain and going, so people can come to your website and have a good looking website on there, and then you can add more as you go and make it look beautiful. This one right here is just for uploads, and then this is your blog, and that's this whole menu over here, all these things. You're probably going to use this add one the most, and maybe your background section. So that's what you'll use most for your editing. And then finishing up here, I want to talk about the menu section, since we talked about how important that is. And then I just want to show you a website that's been completed with Wix, so you don't see all my crappy stuff going on here. So if we look at the menu section, so we'll go to our menu page. So here's the menu, and this is through Wix Restaurant Menus. This is actually one of the apps that's been added here, and you get this for free when you sign up for the business plan. So if I click on this section, we're going to go to settings, and inside here you can edit your menu. And I'm not going to be able to edit it right now because I haven't signed up for the plan for this particular website, but you can go edit menu. And if we go to layout, it's cool because you can choose your different layout. There's a classic. I can move this aside if I drag it over here. There's yummy. So now there's spots for pictures for you to add, which I really like. I think having pictures is very visual. Catalog. So there's just, again, different styles that fit your needs. Express. I guess I don't need to show them all. Anyway, there's different ways you can do. And again, once you get the upgraded version, you come in here and you can click and edit all of this text in here and just add your own and change them. There's your beer. There's your wine. You can do all your food on here, and again, set up your online ordering all within Wix Restaurant Menus. So highly recommend getting that. We talked about how important it is to have a menu. Now, the final thing I'm going to do, I know I kind of just flew through everything, but the video is already pretty long here. You can see how long we could go to show you every single element it can do. I just want to show you the basics of how easy it is to drag and drop and edit your text and add new stuff and have a website up literally within an hour or two and have it published. And then again, once again, in the next video, I'll show you how to get a domain and set up your hosting and all that, because it is way worth it when you're talking about making money and getting people to come to your place because they got on your website and saw how awesome it is. Sorry, I can't talk. All right, so let's look at this website that is finished here. This is the Honeysuckle Local Social Club, and I'm going to start scrolling here. Again, they have the parallax right here, and then right here, this is the restaurant in the background. You can see that they have this sort of faded thing going on. Their dinner menu, lunch menu, wine and crafts. Really cool scrolling here. They have private dining, and again, they have the event set up on here. We can set up reservations and an email list. Let me go to the top here. You can see this top header looks really nice. They have their own section up here. You can make this tab heading sticky, they call it. So when I scroll, it actually stays here, which I like more than anything. Here's their gift cards. And again, add to cart. You can add any of these denominations, and you have to have your online store set up for this. But if you sign up for the business plan, you can have it. Reservations. Super important. They have their own reservation tab, which I really like. I suggest doing that. You can select the number of people, the date you want to come in, find a table. Awesome. Here's their menu. Again, very clean looking. I would like to put pictures on it. You're not going to put a picture of every single wine you have, though. But even like within each one, I would put like a wine bottle here to signify where you're at. Man, they go all the way down. And then they have all their liquors listed on here, too. Let's keep going. Private events. Again, you can schedule it here. Their contact page, their subscribe page. We can talk about email marketing in another video, how important it is for you to collect emails, but you can do it right on your website. So very important. Work with us. Again, here's their job postings. So you can actually, hire on here or get people to apply on here. And then if I go to the more, you can see there's this drop-down option that we talked about earlier. So there's a really clean, good-looking website. You could actually look up something like this and just kind of copy what they do, but put all of your information and text in there and have an awesome-looking website. And that's going to do it for this lesson. So I hope you learned something. I hope it inspires you to create a great website. We see how important it is to get people into your restaurant. They're going to jump on there. They're going to see your menu, say, hey, I got to go check this stuff out. So I know it seems like a lot, but it really isn't. With the templates built in already, you can just change the information and get something up quickly. And then again, edit and customize as you go. So if you don't want to do it, have someone who works for you do it. Say, hey, I want you to take on the website, go watch Dave's video, sign up for Wix. You can build the whole thing. You don't even have to pay for it. You can just do it for free until you're ready, and then get your domain set up and your hosting, and then Stripe. I'm going to do that in the next video. Should be out pretty quick. Make sure that I hold your hand the entire way so you don't get lost along the way. That's what I'm here for. So you can put a comment down below if you have a question. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet so you can keep up on stuff like this. Thanks for being here, and I'm going to see you next time. I'm out.